Welcome to the Legacy Room. I'm Melissa. This channel is devoted to honoring unforgettable lives that continue to echo through time. Here, we remember cherished figures from film, music, television, and culture, celebrating their achievements, their influence, and the memories they left behind. Each tribute is a heartfelt reminder that true legacy never fades and always continues to inspire. The music world is remembering Tony Wilson, the talented bassist and co-founder of the legendary soul group Hot Chocolate, whose life and music touched generations of fans. He passed away peacefully at his home in Trinidad at the age of 89, leaving behind a remarkable legacy. As a key member of Hot Chocolate, Wilson helped shape the band's signature sound and co-wrote the unforgettable hit You Sexy Thing with Errol Brown, a song that continues to bring joy to listeners around the world. His bass playing and creative contributions played an important role in the success of one of Britain's most beloved soul bands. Though he stepped away from the spotlight later in life, his music never faded. Tony Wilson's artistry, passion, and unforgettable songs will continue to live on. Isaiah Whitlock Jr. had a rare gift for making every character feel real, memorable, and deeply human. With his calm voice, powerful expressions, and effortless presence, he created performances that stayed with audiences long after the credits rolled. Best known as Senator Clay Davis in The Wire, Whitlock turned the role into a cultural favorite with his unforgettable style and delivery. Throughout his career of more than 3 decades, he brought depth to a wide range of projects, including Veep, Your Honor, and several films with Spike Lee. Beyond his talent, Whitlock was admired for his kindness, humility, and dedication to acting. His passing at 71 marks the loss of a remarkable performer whose work continues to inspire. His legacy lives on through the characters, stories, and moments he made unforgettable. Maury Markoff's life was a remarkable journey that spanned more than a century of change, challenges, and creativity. Born on January 11, 1914, in East Harlem, New York City, he experienced historic moments from the Spanish flu pandemic to the rise of the digital world. Despite facing hardships during his early years and the struggles of the Great Depression, Markoff built a fulfilling life through hard work, entrepreneurship, and his love for art. He spent decades creating sculptures and later became known as the world's oldest active blogger, sharing his thoughts and experiences with generations of readers. After more than 80 years of marriage to his wife Betty, Markoff continued embracing life with curiosity and optimism. He passed away in Los Angeles at 110 after 2 strokes, leaving behind a legacy of creativity, resilience, and inspiration. Jessica Thembela Mbangeni was a remarkable South African artist whose voice carried the beauty, history, and spirit of African culture. Born in Nkwamakway, Eastern Cape, she grew up surrounded by Xhosa traditions, storytelling, and music, which became the foundation of her powerful artistic expression. Her journey gained international recognition when she joined the Soweto Gospel Choir in 2002, sharing South African heritage with audiences around the world. She later built a successful solo career as a praise poet, singer, actress, and cultural ambassador, inspiring many through her passionate performances. Mbangeni also appeared in several television productions, showcasing her versatility as an entertainer. Although she passed away at the age of 47 after a brief illness, her legacy continues through her poetry, music, and dedication to celebrating African identity. Davy Lopes will always be remembered as one of baseball's most influential and respected figures. With his blazing speed, smart base running, and strong leadership, he changed the way the game was played. After making his MLB debut with the Los Angeles Dodgers in 1972, Lopes became a key part of the team's legendary era, earning All-Star honors, a Gold Glove Award, and more than 500 stolen bases throughout his career. Beyond the numbers, Lopes's story was one of courage and determination. He faced health challenges with strength and continued giving back to baseball as a coach and mentor after retiring. His passion, discipline, and love for the game inspired countless players. Davey Lopes leaves behind a legacy built on talent, resilience, and a true champion's spirit. The world is mourning the loss of a name that became synonymous with strength, discipline, and determination. Chuck Norris, the legendary martial artist and star of Walker, Texas Ranger, was remembered by fans as much more than an action hero. His remarkable career, dedication to martial arts, and unforgettable screen presence made him a symbol of courage and perseverance for generations. Beyond his tough image, many admired his humility, values, and the inspiration he shared through his work. His influence reached far beyond movies and television, leaving a lasting impact on popular culture and countless fans around the world. Though he may no longer be with us, the legacy he built through passion, hard work, and resilience will continue to be remembered for years to come. For more than 4 decades, Bruce Willis represented a rare kind of cinematic hero, someone who could face impossible danger while still feeling completely human. Behind the famous smile, sharp humor, and unforgettable characters was a journey shaped by struggle, determination, and resilience. His story began far from Hollywood, with a childhood challenge that nearly silenced him, yet ultimately pushed him toward the very gift that made him famous. From television success to global superstardom, from career setbacks to personal battles, his life reveals a deeper story about courage, family, and dignity. The final chapter of his journey changed how the world viewed him, transforming criticism into compassion and reminding everyone that true strength is not measured by fame alone. The childhood struggle that created his voice. Walter Bruce Willis was born in 1955 in Idar Oberstein, West Germany, before moving with his family to New Jersey as a young child. He grew up in a working-class environment where discipline, responsibility, and persistence were valued. His early years were not shaped by fame or privilege. Instead, they were marked by a personal challenge that deeply affected his confidence. At around 9 years old, Bruce developed a severe stutter that made ordinary conversations extremely difficult. Speaking became a painful experience, and every sentence required enormous effort. For a child filled with thoughts, humor, and energy, being unable to express himself created a sense of isolation. School became especially difficult because children often targeted differences they did not understand. Bruce faced teasing because of his speech difficulties, and he later described that period as one of the hardest times of his life. However, rather than allowing embarrassment to completely defeat him, he discovered a way to connect with people through humor. He began using comedy, physical expressions, and playful performances to make others laugh. The very thing that made him feel separated from others became the foundation of his personality. The turning point arrived during high school when he joined the drama club. On stage, something remarkable happened. His stutter disappeared when he became a character. Acting gave him freedom because he was no longer trapped by fear or self-consciousness. The stage allowed him to communicate without limitations. What began as a struggle eventually became the source of his greatest strength. The boy who once struggled to speak discovered that performance was the place where his voice truly existed, finding confidence through performance and hard work. After discovering acting, Bruce Willis began developing the confidence that would later define his career. In high school, he became involved in student activities and gained popularity because of his natural charm and ability to entertain people. He was not simply admired because of appearance or athletic ability. His appeal came from personality, humor, and the ability to make others feel comfortable. However, success did not arrive quickly. After graduation, Bruce did not immediately step into Hollywood. He worked ordinary jobs and experienced the uncertainty faced by many people searching for direction. He worked as a security guard at a nuclear power plant and later as a private investigator. These experiences placed him far away from movie sets, but they exposed him to real people, real situations, and the everyday struggles that would later influence his acting style. Eventually, his desire to perform became impossible to ignore. In the late 1970s, he moved to New York City, a place filled with ambitious artists competing for limited opportunities. Life there was difficult. He lived with little money and faced the same rejection experienced by countless unknown performers. Yet he continued building his personality and skills wherever he could. One important chapter of this period was his time working as a bartender. Instead of simply serving drinks, Bruce turned the environment into a personal stage. He entertained customers, created jokes, handled conflicts, and developed the confident, sarcastic style that would become his trademark. The quick humor and relaxed attitude that audiences later loved were not created overnight. They were developed through years of observation and survival. Before becoming famous, Bruce Willis learned how to read people, connect with strangers, and transform ordinary moments into performances. Those experiences became the foundation of the actor the world would eventually recognize, the breakthrough that changed everything. By the mid-1980s, Bruce Willis was approaching an age when many aspiring actors feared their chances were disappearing. Hollywood often favored younger performers, and Bruce still lacked the traditional image of a leading man. He was not viewed as a polished movie star. Instead, he appeared rough around the edges, with a personality that felt more suited to a neighborhood bar than a major television production. His opportunity arrived when he auditioned for the television series Moonlighting. The role required a charming, unpredictable private detective named David Addison. Many executives wanted someone more conventional, but Bruce brought something different. Instead of simply delivering lines, he transformed them with speed, humor, and attitude. His performance felt spontaneous and alive. The decision to cast him was considered risky, but it became one of the most important choices in television history. Bruce's chemistry with his co-star helped make the show a major success. Audiences connected with his confidence, humor, and unusual charm. The same qualities that had once made him seem unsuitable suddenly became the reason people loved him. The success of Moonlighting transformed Bruce from an unknown actor into a national celebrity. He received major recognition and became one of television's most recognizable personalities. Yet this achievement also created a new challenge. Many actors who become famous on television struggle to transition into film. Hollywood often places performers into categories, and television stars were not always considered capable of carrying major movies. Bruce Willis was about to face another test. The industry still questioned whether his personality could work on the big screen. The answer would come through a role that changed not only his career but the entire action genre, becoming the unexpected action hero. When Bruce Willis was chosen to play John McClane in Die Hard, many people doubted the decision. Traditional action heroes of the era were usually portrayed as physically perfect figures who seemed almost impossible to defeat. Bruce did not match that image. He was known for humor rather than toughness, and many believed audiences would not accept him as an action star. The film changed those expectations completely. John McClane was not presented as an unstoppable machine. He was exhausted, frightened, injured, and emotionally vulnerable. He made mistakes and struggled through impossible circumstances. This made him different from previous action heroes. Instead of watching a perfect warrior, audiences saw an ordinary person forced to find extraordinary courage. Bruce brought together everything he had learned throughout his life. His humor came from years of performing in difficult environments. His vulnerability came from childhood experiences of insecurity and struggle. His ability to make a character feel real allowed audiences to see themselves in John McClane. The success of Die Hard was more than a career achievement. it changed what audiences expected from action movies. Heroes could now have weaknesses, doubts, and emotional conflicts. They did not need to be invincible to be courageous. Bruce Willis had once been rejected because he did not fit Hollywood's idea of a leading man. Now, the very qualities that made him different became the reason he succeeded. His natural style replaced traditional expectations and created a character that remains one of cinema's most memorable heroes. The height of fame and personal pressure. During the 1990s, Bruce Willis reached a level of fame few entertainers experience. He became one of the biggest movie stars in the world, recognized internationally for his performances and unique personality. His marriage to actress Demi Moore also made him part of one of Hollywood's most famous couples. Together, they represented success, popularity, and public fascination. Despite their fame, they attempted to create a normal family life away from constant attention. They moved to a quieter environment where their children could experience a more private upbringing. However, maintaining privacy while living under intense public interest proved extremely difficult. At the same time, Bruce's career entered a complicated period. After the success of Die Hard, expectations became enormous. Every project was judged against his previous achievements. Some creative decisions received harsh criticism, and certain films performed poorly. Critics questioned whether his confidence had become overconfidence. Instead of allowing those setbacks to define him, Bruce took risks. One of his most important choices was appearing in Pulp Fiction, where he accepted a smaller salary to be part of a unique project. His performance reminded audiences of his ability to combine toughness, humor, and emotional depth. The success of that film restored his reputation and opened the door to another remarkable period. Bruce proved he was not limited to one type of role. He could lead action films, dramatic stories, and unusual creative projects. Behind the fame, however, the pressure of maintaining a public image and personal responsibilities continued to grow, showing depth beyond the action image. Although Bruce Willis became famous as an action star, some of his most memorable performances came when he moved away from explosions and physical battles. The Sixth Sense became one of the clearest examples of his dramatic ability. Instead of relying on sarcasm or confidence, he portrayed a character filled with regret, sadness, and emotional complexity. The performance showed audiences that the person behind the famous smile was capable of quiet and powerful storytelling. Bruce used subtle expressions and silence rather than constant dialogue. It demonstrated that his talent was not based only on charisma. He understood how to communicate emotion without words. This ability was especially meaningful considering his childhood struggle with speech. The same person, who once fought to express himself, had become an actor, capable of communicating powerful emotions through small gestures and controlled performances. Throughout his career, Bruce often played characters who appeared strong on the outside but carried hidden struggles. This pattern reflected something personal. His appeal came from showing imperfections. His heroes were not flawless. They were people who continued despite fear, pain, and uncertainty. As Hollywood changed, however, the opportunities available to older stars began shifting. The industry became more focused on franchises and new generations of performers. Bruce continued working, but the public perception of him gradually changed. Some people interpreted his quieter personality and reduced public appearances as arrogance or disinterest. The reality was far more complicated. The signs of a deeper personal challenge were beginning to appear, although few people understood what was happening at the time. The years of confusion and public judgment. Beginning in the 2010s, Bruce Willis appeared in many smaller films that received limited attention and significant criticism. Many viewers were surprised because his earlier career had been defined by carefully selected and memorable roles. Seeing him appear in numerous low-budget projects created the impression that he was no longer interested in protecting his reputation. Critics questioned his choices and accused him of accepting roles only for financial reasons. Some performances seemed unusually brief, and audiences noticed that he often appeared distant or disconnected. Without knowing the full situation, many people assumed the worst. Behind the scenes, however, a different reality was developing. People working with Bruce began noticing changes that were difficult to explain. He struggled with tasks that had once been easy, including remembering dialogue and maintaining the same level of involvement in performances. Production teams adjusted around him, reducing his workload and simplifying scenes. What looked like a lack of effort was actually connected to a growing difficulty that Bruce and those close to him were trying to manage privately. The public often judges visible results without understanding invisible battles. Bruce's declining performances became a source of jokes and criticism, but those reactions came before the full story was known. His final years as a working actor were not simply about continuing a career. They were about doing as much as possible while facing a challenge that threatened his ability to perform. The perception of failure eventually became a story of courage and sacrifice, the diagnosis that changed the public story. In 2022, Bruce Willis's family announced that he had been diagnosed with aphasia, a condition affecting communication abilities. The announcement immediately changed how people viewed the previous years of his career. The confusion, reduced dialogue, and unusual performances suddenly had a different explanation. For fans, the news was especially emotional because Bruce Willis had built his identity around communication. His fast humor, sharp responses, and memorable lines were central parts of his appeal. The condition affected the very ability that had helped him become famous. The announcement also revealed the importance of compassion before judgment. Many people who had criticized his work reconsidered their opinions after learning what he had been experiencing. The family's decision to share the diagnosis publicly helped bring attention to conditions that affect language and cognition. Instead of hiding from the situation, they chose honesty and awareness. The news marked the end of Bruce's acting career, but it also revealed another side of his character. Continuing to work while facing such difficulties showed determination and a desire to support the people he loved. Facing frontotemporal dementia. Later, Bruce Willis's family shared that his condition had progressed to frontotemporal dementia. This diagnosis explained many of the changes that had appeared over time. The disease affects areas of the brain connected to personality, behavior, communication, and decision-making. For families experiencing dementia, the challenge is not only medical but emotional. Loved ones must adapt to changes while holding on to memories of the person they know. For Bruce's family, this meant supporting someone who had spent decades supporting others. The diagnosis brought attention to a condition that many people know little about. It showed that illness does not discriminate based on success, wealth, or fame. Even someone known worldwide for playing powerful characters could face a battle beyond anyone's control. The family focused on protecting Bruce's dignity and sharing awareness, rather than allowing the public conversation to remain focused on criticism. Their response showed patience, love, and commitment. A family united through love. One of the most meaningful parts of Bruce Willis's story is the way his family came together. His wife, children, and former spouse created a united support system around him. Their relationship demonstrated that family bonds can remain strong even after life changes. Rather than focusing on loss alone, they emphasized moments of connection. They shared glimpses of everyday life, showing that love continues even when communication becomes difficult. Their experience also revealed the emotional challenges faced by caregivers. Supporting someone with dementia requires patience, strength, and constant adjustment. The family's openness helped many others facing similar situations feel less alone. The quiet reality behind the legend. The final chapter of Bruce Willis's life is not defined by his inability to continue acting. It is defined by the relationships and memories he created. The world remembers the characters he played, but his family remembers the person behind those roles. The strongest parts of his story are not only the battles fought on screen. They are the struggles overcome in private, from childhood insecurity to personal challenges later in life. Bruce Willis's journey shows that courage is not always dramatic. Sometimes courage means continuing when circumstances become difficult, accepting vulnerability, and allowing others to provide support. A legacy beyond movies. Bruce Willis's career includes unforgettable films, awards, and worldwide recognition, but his greatest legacy is emotional rather than numerical. He changed the way audiences viewed heroes by making them more human. His characters showed that bravery can exist alongside fear and uncertainty. He proved that strength does not require perfection. The impact of his work remains because audiences connected with the humanity behind every role. People did not simply admire him because he won battles. They admired him because his characters felt real. Remembering the man behind the characters. The most meaningful way to remember Bruce Willis is not through the difficult moments that came later. It is through the decades of entertainment, laughter, and inspiration he provided. He remains the child who found confidence through acting, the performer who transformed rejection into success, and the father whose final acts were centered on protecting his family. His story reminds people that every public figure has a private life filled with struggles unseen by others. Compassion matters because no one knows the full story behind another person's journey. The enduring power of his story. Bruce Willis's life represents resilience, transformation, and love. From overcoming childhood silence to becoming one of the world's most recognizable actors, he showed that challenges can become sources of strength. His career may have ended differently than anyone expected, but the meaning of his work remains unchanged. The films, performances, and memories continue to exist as a lasting reminder of his talent. The final lesson of his story is not about fame or success. It is about humanity. It is about accepting change, valuing family, and recognizing that true courage often appears in quiet moments. Bruce Willis once played heroes who refused to give up. In his own life, he showed a different kind of heroism, the strength to face uncertainty with dignity, and the ability to inspire love even without words.